who apparently has a cheer squad here, Jude Kalman.
Wow, thank you. Yeah, I made a lot of people come. All right, wow. Right, good. All right, so, made my first mistake. This is me. I'm a child of Hungarian refugees. When my dad escaped Hungary, he was quoted saying he was, don't cry, Mum, saving courage, not money, when he escaped and came to Australia. My mum, who's sitting there, who's making me cry now, is a legend too. I am a wife to a local politician, Councillor Glenn Tozer. I'm a stepmum to 3 amazing boys who are ridiculously intelligent and fun. Their names are John, Edward and Emerson. I'm a, what else am I? I don't know. I'm the baby sister in the family. I'm a friend and I'm a professional creative. And I love all things film and TV. I'm currently on my 3rd round of Ted Lasso. Put your hand up in the room if you've seen Ted Lasso. I actually prefer to tell other people's stories, so please bear with me as I shake and I stumble and I share something tonight with you. I struggle to call myself a filmmaker because my head goes to this. But I do get, and I'm sure we all get, that technology has absolutely disrupted film and television. And because of technology, it can also look like this. Okay, this is a shameless plug. Okay, I mean, come on. The morning my husband was very like, where are you going again? Just to the beach. With who? Oh, just a guy called Chris. But nowadays, most of my, I really look like this, and don't confuse Chris Shabbolt with Chris Hemsworth. And also, please note the goat in the background. I got to say, I love the art form of film because it gives so many variations of storytelling. There's documentaries, films, TV commercials, and even music clips. We live in an era where long and short format are being completely consumed. As a filmmaker, I consider it an absolute privilege to tell someone's story. I don't take it lightly, I guess because I want to tell stories that empower action. My personal / professional dream is to tackle poverty, expose injustice, and celebrate humanity. The way I'm doing it, thank you. The way I'm doing it is I started my own production company, Little Drum Pictures, and I seek partnerships with like-minded people and organisations. Most of them are charities, social enterprises and non-for-profits, but I'm learning there's a lot of good businesses out there like Pet Wellness Centre, Kath Uren. Why do I choose these guys? Because to me, they are doers. I also believe they are custodians of great stories that can empower change. I want to introduce you to just a short snippet to Domingos from Beira, Mozambique. Hopefully, do I press it again?
The education is very important for Mozambique. When you know something, you can change something.
Pretty short there, but Domingos, you legend. You've got it. When you know something, you can change something. But how will we ever know if we never see it or hear it? Here's a real brag, I've been a multiple award winner, filmmaker and judge for the Lampa Film Festival, which is a global film festival out of Russia and celebrates social film and documentaries, advertising and film clips. As a judge, I've had the privilege of seeing what film is doing across the world and through global partnerships. It was Lampa's partnership with the United Nations that gave me the opportunity to speak in person in New York before COVID and during COVID via Zoom in Geneva. But film is so good because I'm not the only one who spoke at the UN. Domingos and the team at Mission Educate and Nice Coffee Co as well spoke at the United Nations, all through filmmaking. Stories through filmmaking have the ability to connect people and place. I'm going to give you a quick lesson on filmmaking. Filmmaking is intentional. A filmmaker creates the world for you to enter into, not just to meet people, but to enter a place. There are certain techniques that we use to do this. Tonight, I'm going to give you a quick lesson on the technique of sound.
It's been a difficult relationship at times, but yeah, I love water. I will always love this river. I actually write poetry and I've written a poem about this recently. Ever moving, yet at times profoundly still. Lively, yet stagnant. Feared, yet worshipped. An unconscious creator, rising toward destruction.
Over the years, the floods have come, the floods have gone. This last episode is something that is unimaginable.
The gift of life, revoked within moments.
I no longer exist. My entire life and history no longer exists on paper. No photographs, none of my achievements. In one foul swoop, the history of my life was wiped.
Korakai is a small town about 25 k's out of Lismore in the Northern Rivers, being Bundjalung country. The original name was Karachi, which is a Bundjalung word, and it means meeting of the waters.
Okay, so let's try that with the soundtrack. Press it again.
It's been a difficult relationship at times, but yeah, I love water. I will always love this river. I actually write poetry and I've written a poem about this recently. Ever moving, yet at times profoundly still. Lively, yet stagnant. Feared, yet worshipped. An unconscious creator, rising toward destruction.
Over the years, the floods have come, the floods have gone. This last episode is something that is unimaginable.
The gift of life, revoked within moments.
I no longer exist. My entire life and history no longer exists on paper. No photographs, none of my achievements. In one foul swoop, the history of my life was wiped.
Korakai is a small town about 25 k's out of Lismore in the Northern Rivers, being Bundjalung country. The original name was Karachi, which is a Bundjalung word, and it means meeting of the waters.
So hopefully you get the idea. Adding birds chirping in the water, the music, the timing of the music. Not only you're hearing somebody's story, you're going to the place that they live. I'm going to give you another quick lesson on filmmaking. You know, very, very simple way of filmmaking. There's 4 processes. You have pre-production, where you get the idea and you plan it out, and then you've got production, you go and do it and you film it. Then you have post-production, and you just had a little lesson about adding a soundtrack. But we've got distribution, which is very exciting, because that's when you send it out to the world. So you send it out to the world so people can see it. So people will get to know something, and maybe they will change something, like Domingos told us in Mission Educate. Okay, this is all for you number people. I'm an empath, so I don't really care about numbers, but numbers don't lie. So for all the people who love numbers, this report by We Are Social and Meltwater outlines the average amount of time spent each day by internet users between the ages of 16 and 64 with different kinds of media and devices. Globally, the daily usage of the internet, you've probably already seen it if you're a numbers person, is 6 hours and 37 minutes. That's a lot of time in the day. The main one of 49.7%, if that was me doing the stats, I'd be saying 50% of people are watching videos, TV shows, or movies. We live in exciting times. I gotta say, I'm a proud multi-screen user. Can you put your hand up if you are also doing that? Come on. If the stats say there's 6 hours, globally we're doing it. We must be. So remember my dream to tackle poverty, expose injustice, and celebrate humanity? Well, I'm gonna go where the people are at. And then, let me make it clear though, I don't want to add to the white noise of the internet. Whew, that's just ugly. I'm focused on sharing stories that empower people into action. Okay, the next place I'm going to take you is a pretty dark place, so I'm putting this warning up here. But I've had the privilege of composing stories through film in PNG, the Philippines, Bangladesh, Thailand, Kenya, Uganda, Zambia, Malawi, Swaziland, Ghana, Nigeria, South Sudan, and Australia. I have seen beautiful people and places. I've seen brutal people and places. I've smelt smells that no human should smell, let alone live in. And what I've learnt over the years, for storytellers, if you want to tell a good story, you need access. And access only comes through relationship and partnership. This is only an intro to a documentary I made, but I am giving a warning. If anyone is triggered by this, please seek help.
Early in the morning, around 8 o'clock in the morning, our villages were attacked.
I was thinking it is the end of my life. I saw 300 people coming towards my house. So we just had gunshots. So people started running for their dear lives.
Suicide bomber planted the bomb. The bomb exploded and destroyed all my 2 legs.
I saw 2 people standing with AK-47.
They disguised themselves. Some wear the uniform, the military uniform. Before you know it, they started shooting.
Initially, they were killing the men, they were not killing women. But right now, they kill women, they kill children. They will kill a pregnant woman and bring her the fructose and slice the fructose like vegetable.
They are kidnapping girls, killing men, and snatching children.
That was the first solo documentary that I solo filmed, directed and edited, but my producer is now Nine's European correspondent, Kari-Ann Greenbant. It was a really hard story to tell, but it taught me so many lessons. The first lesson was I'm absolutely resolute on partnerships when it comes to storytelling. In this photo, there are 6 distinct partnerships. You might recognise Chris Chabot, don't get him confused with Chris Hemsworth. He's the guy that ships medical supplies, donations from Australia into nations like Nigeria. This is in Jos, Nigeria. There's Dr. Ferdinand, Dr. Tina. They're the medical crew. There's 2 local operations that are caring for these children. There's the film crew, and then there's the children. I learnt that partnerships are so important because as a filmmaker, I wanted to expose the injustice that was happening by the terrorist group, the Boko Haram. And when I kind of got wobbly feet and thought, gosh, I'm in over my head. It was these partners that reassured me we were doing the right thing and we were doing it correctly. The other biggest lesson I learnt was those kids, the kids that came forward. Not every kid came forward, but there's kids that were lining up and they wanted to tell their story. They wanted the world to know what had happened. And in that moment, if I can add to their story, did they want to tell the world so the world would do something about it? I'm going to quickly bring back to Australia. Some more people that want to
Yes, I have.
skip this video because I know I'm running out of time, but there's more people who want to share their story. I've worked with Eczema Support Australia since 2019, and I've told different stories. Neve's story is really fun. She was so courageous and wanted to share that she was more than eczema. She's a very talented musician and singer. She was just one of many stories that I've told for Eczema Support Australia. Eczema Support Australia, I've done marketing material for them, I've done educational resources for them, and we've done advocacy work. One of the advocacy campaigns that filmmaking was only just a portion of, we actually went to the government and campaigned for the Save Our Skin campaign, which resulted in a popular and inexpensive treatment being added to the pharmaceutical benefit scheme, helping hundreds of Australian families across Australia. That's pretty cool, hey? I can't claim the whole thing, by the way. I was only one portion. Like I said, they're really good on stats and numbers, but the storytelling really, you know, it just added to the plight of the campaign. So as I come to nearing the end, let's reflect on where we've been. We started with Domingos in Beira. If you know something, you can change something. He's working with Mission Educate on vocational education in Mozambique, training the next generation of tradies, and they're lady tradies. This partnership led me to speak about their work in Mozambique at the United Nations. Our film lesson about sound was in Corokai, where the partnerships in the surrounding communities continue to work together towards recovery from the 2022 floods that destroyed homes and lives in northern New South Wales. Uncontained Love had a lot of success in Australia and America in winning awards, but one local outcome was an Australian family opened up their land and to put the containers in and filled I don't even know how many containers. Like I said, I'm not a stats person, but it helped lots of people. And then finally, you didn't see Neve's story, but stories like hers did play a part in a bigger campaign that helped the Australian Parliament subsidise an expensive medicine that helps individuals and families. Education in developing nations, disaster relief and recovery effort, displaced people and refugees, accessible medicines for those who need them, all linked to the United Nations goals. None of these stories would be told without partnerships. Reaching goals such as the United Nations have set is the same thing. We need to have partnerships. So he's my favourite coach on TV. Let's take a lesson from this quote when he's talking to at the time, Jamie Tart is super talented, but he's super arrogant. Let's keep it real and work together so we can kick the goals that United Nations have set. I did it!